everybody. Welcome to eChannel News. I've got the CEO of Cork, Carson Choi, and he's going to be joining me. I think he's at an event right now. It's beside the spaceship he has behind his background there. But let's dig into this. Carson, welcome, first of all. How are you?
Good, great. Well, nice meeting you guys virtually. But by the way, just want to reframe this. The background to those of you who might be my age, Jetson. This is kind of inspiration from Jetson. This is the Jetson virtual office that we're living in. So
There you go. So are those hovercrafts really real now, or are we not there
soon
yet?
that might be our next venture. But right now we're gonna start with the Cork first, and then over time we're gonna do the hovercraft. That's gonna be the next venture. We'll focus on the next round.
I'm going to try it out, man. All right. So, Carson, give us the broad strokes. First of all, tell us about you and how you got to your journey at Cork.
Yeah, so it's a good one. So probably if anyone who look me up, I'll have a probably pretty interesting career. If you ask my wife, we're now officially married for 25 years. She would tell you that my husband can't hold down a job whatsoever, right? This dude is changing from career to career. For the last career, every 3 years, he go from starting the most exciting enterprise software business into video game, and then he goes into toys, and they got into restaurants, and most recently cybersecurity. And I go, that's kind of rough, man. We've been married for this long. All you can say is I can't hold down a job. I think more interestingly, I look at it is that actually I've been moving from industry to industry to disrupt them, change the way how things work, and really leading in the way. Look, if you have to ask, it's probably why you keep doing the same thing different. Why can we do it differently? Can we make it, for example, in the gaming days? How do we deliver the game digitally? Well, I was one of the early guys who says, this delivery through CD and DVD is crazy. We're gonna go digital. How do we go that route? Break that ground. Got to the restaurant business. How do we order digitally so people can order from the phone, kiosks? People laughed at me going, "You're nuts." And then COVID came, great business, right? Most recently, got into Cork. What is this about? It's like, how do we, I got a call after my last venture at Datto, it's where I met one of the investor, Austin McCord. When we wrapped up the acquisition Datto, I got a call and say, hey, Carlson, we got this thing about cyber insurance. Would you be interested in leading this? I go, insurance? I want nothing to do with insurance business, man. This is like the most crazy thought. But the one thing that really caught my attention was we wanted to create a cyber insurance product that the MSP channel can sell. We're going to disrupt that industry. I go, all right, I'm in. If it's disruption, I'm all in. So that's kind of how Cork came about. And maybe I can tell you guys a little about Cork. If you don't know what Cork is, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, let's uncork Cork.
Let's uncork Cork, right? So let me start with this. There's three number. Right? I always want people them to think about and remember, right? One is the first number is 39, second number is 70, and the third number is 5. Okay, and I'll dissect each one of these and how Cork is related to that. 39 is every 39 seconds, a successful cyber attack has been made on a small and medium business globally, which is essentially the end client for our MSP channel partner. 39 seconds. So what we've been talking for maybe even 2-3 minutes. Successful attack, 5 successful attacks have already happened. Crazy number, right?
Yeah.
70% of the small and medium business globally do not carry any form of cyber financial protection at all. Why? Because they said, I look at my bank and the book, I have 5 days of cash flow that I can survive an attack. So whoop-de-doo. If it happens, right? So you think about the statistic, it's pretty scary. 39 seconds, successful attack of small and medium business. 70% of them do not carry any form of financial coverage because either they can't afford it or they said, I only got 5 days on average to cash flow to keep my business running. That to me is why Cork existed. We want to make cyber, financial coverage accessible to small and medium business globally through our beloved MSP channel. That's Cork, right? Fundamentally.
It's a big task, and it's an important thing to do, right? Because I think we all know that even if an MSP, right, gets hit with their clients, right, it's depending if they, disclose it or not, or they hide it, or they fix it under the carpet or not. When that gets out in the social sphere, right, it could really be the end of their company, because at the end of the day, who wants to hang with a company who can't protect their customers, right? It's like hiring a security guard that when the bullets start coming, he dives to the ground. Nobody wants that, right? So the reality is that, it's becoming bigger. Also, we're seeing a lot of compliance things happening now, government as well as insurance. And if that was not enough, right, you've got end customers coming back to the MSPs and going, hey, we got to be compliant. All right. And so if you're compliant, you better, help us to get there. So it's sort of like it's bubbling up to the surface and becoming more and more, mission critical. As a matter of fact, cybersecurity is the number one, thing that's on the minds of most CEOs these days, and nobody wants to get hit. And of course, beautiful insurance companies, man, they don't want to be paying up those claims, right?
No.
So how did you do it? What did you do? How did you fix this problem?
So it's interesting, right? When we started this venture a year ago, right, when I got brought into the project, we got Austin McCord, who knows the MSP space better than anyone else, right? Built out data ground up. And then we got a gentleman named John McNeil, he actually former president and CEO of Tesla, who looks at disruptive technology. These are the two main investors we have in place. And John said, there got to be a way to break the system. And also, there got to be a way to make some product for the MSP channel. So I dive into what I would say, I would never thought my career would end up in insurance. And I go, it's still not insurance because we're creating product for the MSP. We took a look at it and we say, and we asked a question that most insurance companies don't ask, right? They said, how do you underwrite a risk today, right? They do it like if it's a fire insurance, where your house is today, your house ain't gonna move, the environment ain't gonna change. So the historical data is a good representation of the actual risk of the fire insurance. But cyber is a little bit different, right? Underwriting a cyber policy, the risk there today, in fact, 100% of the insurance policy today are written based on historical. This port was attacked and this many people was damaged, and the number of employee of this industry has highest level of attack. The reality is that has nothing to do with the actual risk of cyber, right? Because the moment an attack happens, a patch goes in, and that hole is closed. It will never happen again. It's very low, no likelihood, right? That attack surface is closed. So how is it possible the historical data should be used to underwrite a risk, which then you see the lineage of continued uprise of the premium of the cyber insurance policy that you see. Second to that, as we start talking to a lot of the channel partner, a lot of the MSP we worked in the past, they go, yeah, you know what? This is kind of great. These insurance guys will come and underwrite this policy for my client, right? And my client will say, can you fill this form? This form just is a bunch of check boxes, 10 pages, 25 pages. Every form is different between a different carrier. God, this is kind of scary because the moment I check this form out, we never talk to them again. They will come to me when something goes wrong and I get my finger pointed at me. And my lawyer actually told me, don't fill out this form because you become liable to what you said in this box. If something does happen, you have become accountable. Also, the MSP are taking more risk in this thing. Third is the MSP go, wait a minute, I'm not an insurance agent, so I make $0. I make no margin of doing this at all. So hang on, so I'm going to make no money of it. I'm taking more risk in my business. And this historical dinosaur way of writing is crazy. So we look at those three being the fundamental things that we do differently and solving that at Cork. So we start in a really simple manner, solving the first underwriting piece. Our modern active monitoring platform, Cork platform, integrate directly with the security stack of the MSP. Now, MSP today, there are a lot of variety, right? There's a lot of solution from different provider, ConnectWise, Datto, Kaseya, right? All the different players out there. We integrate natively into any one of those guys. We just plug right in, and we use it as a form of underwriting the client. What I mean by this, no form to fill out. Every time we got an MSP come on board, they go, do I need to fill out any form? I go, no. We integrate to your actual security stack you design best breed for you and your client. That is the underwriting foundation. We solve problem number one. The risk is purely based on the configuration and the integration of that environment. Second, how do we build that ongoing relationship, right? Because at the end of the day, we don't want to be talking to MSP when something goes wrong. We want to be talking to them continuously, right? And this is what I've learned by last live in Datto's day. They are not our customer, they're our partner, right? The MSP are a partner for their client together. So our platform actually, the moment it's integrated, it's continuously actively monitoring for any form of attack. What I mean by that is we take a look at environment and say, wait a minute, Julian, you can actually make a configuration better and safer for your client. Here's some recommended approach. By the way, there's a new form of attack that we observe in the dark web. You need to like make these changes. What worked yesterday does not work today. So that relationship changed immediately. Why? It's no longer we'll call you when something goes wrong, or you call me when something goes wrong, or we'll call you when the policy is due next year. It is a continuous active monitoring. So what are we doing differently there? We're preventing the attack from happening, right? So we're helping you as an MSP, as a partner together to prevent an attack from happening for your client. Third, this is the beauty part of it, right? We actually now deliver the financial coverage as a form of what we call warranty versus insurance. Warranty, think of it as warranting against the performance of a product. Let's say, are you an Apple or a Google owner? Android device. Apple.
I'm with Apple, but
yeah. Okay. All right, Apple user, right? You probably heard of Apple Care. Apple Care is a form of warranty, warranting the device from performing. So what we have done is we attach a warranty product against our monitoring platform for preventing the attack from happening. And that warranty is a product that the MSP themselves can actually sell to the client. So effectively, now we create a product that they can sell through. Now to incentivize the channel themselves, they can do the necessary markup that's needed. They make a margin in the business. And the way we even make it even better is that the safer the environment they make, the faster they make these configuration changes, the more integrated environment, more secure they are. We actually give them a rebate for them. So what that does is incentivize the MSP to make the environment safer. So now you got, underwrite with actual technology, right? Continuous monitoring, active monitoring for prevention, and a warranty product MSP can sell through and make margin. That's what Cork is about. And what's unique to that point is no other company will be able to tell you that, what is your loss control mechanism? Instead of denying claim, we don't deny claim. We focus on preventing an attack from happening. If it does happen, we pay out because we know our platform, did not deliver what the performance we do in place. In some level, we always sum it up with our MSP partner that goes out to the market, to the client, that said, we deliver a new level, we call cyber assurance with A, cyber assurance. It's a trifecta of a security-focused MSP, is Cork's active monitoring platform for prevention, and Cork's financial coverage that have near instant payout. We look at days of payout, not months of payout. So that's what Cork is uniquely different in this case.
Makes a lot of sense. So I see you going through the warranty route as opposed to insurance, get around some regulations and all the paperwork that's required for the insurance companies. Sometimes I believe you have to have an actual insurance agent. I'm not quite sure how they, how they get certified to sell insurance, right? Because insurance, the insurance industry has sort of locked that game up, right? So warranty is the way that you are delivering that stuff. Excellent, makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah. Most channel partners, of course, they talk about insurance. Almost every event we do talks about insurance. These days, we're actually talking about contracts and insurance, that liability issue. As a matter of fact, even if you check off the boxes, if you put something in your website, you could be liable. So it's complicated. So you spin this up. Is there of course, there's 4,000 cybersecurity solutions in the world today, right? And MSP's got different mixes of it. When you plug it in and spin it up, is it like you go back and say, wait a minute, man, your mix is just not going to be good enough? You gotta upscale, or do you give them some input before you even give them your warranties?
No, it's really interesting because you kind of hit the point earlier, right, with the compliance matter. So within our portal, we actually provide a lot of compliance information to help the MSP to be a better and safer security focus. I'll take an example, right? I'm sure the most MSP, will probably have ran into one of these issues. Let's say you, Julian, as an MSP, right? And Suzanne is a end client, right? You're doing some diagnostic. Hey, Suzanne, I'm going to turn off your MFA for this moment, just to make sure everything gets dialed in. Ticket gets solved. Oh, you know what? You get a call, you pick up the call, you forgot to turn the MFA back on. It happens more than once now. No MSP, I'm sure someone will go, yeah, I remember that time happened. This is where Cork Active Platform comes in and say, hey, by the way, Julian, you left MFA, off. There's a cure period for you to go turn off. This is now we become a partner with you in this case and make sure make it safer. And to your point on this compliance, we also look at many areas, including, like, for example, there are a lot of areas for compliancy, for patch update, contrasting environment and rolling the account. In fact, sometimes they find legacy node that really shouldn't be managing. So they save them really money, right? Now, to your point is, how do we make this as a partner from that standpoint now? Because you kind of touched on that a little bit earlier, right? We give additional discount back to the MSP as they integrate more environment. This is kind of how we incentivize these recommendations to say, hey, Julie, you should probably enroll MFA through the Slack for these type of solution and set these configuration. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, there's a discount back to you. So now you incentivize to take that time to do it for your client. And it becomes really a pace, because why we do it that way is most insurance company would take that profit and put it back in the pocket. In our case, because we're MSP centric, we're a partner centric business. We'll give it back to you, because you know what? By you making the environment safer, we will reduce what, you know, in the industry, they call it loss ratio, right? We reduce that loss ratio, the chances of an attack from happening. So we become more a proactive product than a reactive product, right? Insurance warranty product you've seen in the past, they don't actively help you to prevent nothing from happening, right? Even Apple Care is a good example. There's nothing Apple Care is doing to keep you from dropping your phone, right? We're in a really interesting way. We invest in engineering to help you as an MSP to prevent an attack from happening, to stay in compliance, right? Now, even in the case of the example that we actually seen in some of early adoption in a partner in the US, they can also use our compliance report as a way to accelerate any cyber insurance payout, right? And the cyber insurance claim always happen. The first thing they do is point their finger to the IT people. And guess what? MSP always in the highlight right away. Now with the Cork warranty platform, what we can do is also produce a report to say, you know what? Julian had done his job every single day. Patches are up to date. The moment it comes into place, all of a sudden, now you're turning this, you become your third-party partner to provide a compliance report for you to help accelerate any claim process in the case your client get that, right? So we're really seeing a lot of different use cases from that standpoint.
Makes a lot of sense. And without a doubt, there is one industry that needs disruption, is the insurance industry. We've seen that in the automotive and car industry, where it's just a click away to get your insurance and all that stuff. And of course, the car insurance companies, they're plugging in GPS trackers and the way your behavior, of driving affects. I hear that Tesla has the ability to you get your insurance depends on when you drive, so if you're like driving past 10 a.m. or 10 p.m., your premiums increase. So this type of real-time data is really critical to sort of helping to mitigate risks and reduce it. So it seems like you're onto something big here, my friend. Carson, I'll let you with the last word. What do you want everybody to know out there in channel land, and the website to find you?
Yeah, channel land is pretty simple, right? So I think we went what we call early access partner in the US in the beginning of June. Now, as of, well, actually today's November 1st, as of this morning, right, we're now going general release across all US. For the market, Canadian market, we're going to start early access program. And the early access program by design is really for us to get to know the market, each of the market well, and also be very selective of our partner. We're not going to let everybody through, because at the end, we got to be a security focused MSP, and also MSP that we're partnering together, right? This is a journey that us as Cork and MSP themselves doing it for their client. So through those process, we're now entering the Canadian market. To find out more, it's at corkinc.com, corkinc.com. So that's the domain. Come and take a look at us, and you can find us on social media. We're pretty active on LinkedIn, so you can find a lot of folks from the channel business that are passionate about what we're doing at Cork.
Good stuff. Well, keep us posted how things are going. It's a big topic, my friends out there, and you need to solve it, right? I mean, everybody's talking about insurance, and getting it from a warranty perspective kind of makes sense. I like what you're doing. Carson's been a pleasure. Keep us posted.
All right. Thank you.